This is artist's bracket. It is such an amazing mushroom. Its scientific name is Ganoderma appelantum. It's also known as artist's conch, shelf fungus, and powdered monkey bench. It's very common in Britain. It's found on oak trees and beech trees, like this beech here. More often it's found on fallen trees and on really large branches, like the trunks. Always on dying hardwood trees. It can be found all year round. It keeps on growing and adds extra rings and layers each year, and baby ones grow underneath. So the health benefits for this is absolutely amazing. It contains vitamin C and B2, as well as many medicinal properties. It's an adrenal stimulant, an anti-allergenic, an antimicrobial, an anti-hepatotoxic, antiviral, astringent, and a relaxant. There have been studies done that have shown it has been beneficial in supporting the immune system. It's most well known for its cancer fighting properties, as it's been shown to inhibit tumour cells following chemotherapy. It has been said to reduce stress and anxiety and improve sleep as well. It supports the heart function and increased circulation, as well as relieves palpitations. And it's known as artist's bracket because you can use it as a bit of an art paper and draw on the underneath here, like I am doing. Not very arty, but you know, you can get really, really arty. So you can use the whole mushroom, the whole fruiting body of it for medicinal purposes. I mean, you couldn't just bite it and eat it because, you know, it's rock hard and it's not very tasty. But if you cut it into smaller parts and dry it out and grind it into a powder, and you can add it to flour when baking and soups, stews and teas. It can also be turned into tinctures, infusions, poultices, ointments, powders and soup bases. Its immunomodulating polysaccharides are water soluble and it can be used as a tea. And extractions into alcohol will release the ganodermic acids. So you get all those health benefits. So its scientific name, that appelantum means shelf and the ganodermum means shiny skin. So you can see why it's named what it's named. And its sister mushroom is reishi, and that's quite famous in Japan and China as the mushroom of immortality. Zoologists tell stories of gorillas self-medicating with artist's bracket and guarding them from the group, as they know how beneficial they are. So if you're going to take this as a tincture, just use about 10 to 20 millilitres, so that's up to 3 times a day. In a powder, the dose is about 3 to 6 grams a day, but if you've got some kind of chronic disease, 9 to 15 grams in acute conditions. It's not recommended in pregnancy or lactation, as it hasn't been tested, and it's not recommended if you have immunosuppressants, as well as if you've got a mushroom allergy, it's best to avoid. So some recipe ideas: you can have it as a tea to drink, or in hot chocolate, as soup or a stew, or you can pop them in baking. I've really enjoyed adding the ground up powder to some lovely biscuits, and the icing as well. I added lion's mane powder ground up as well, so it's really tasty. Here you can see exactly why it's called artist's bracket, because you can actually write on it, just like I am doing here. I mean, some people do some really lovely and really fancy pictures, but here I'm just doing an FF for Forgotten Forest. Maybe if you had something better than a nail, it'd be a little bit better. But yeah, it's a good way to use it for identifying it. Artist bracket. And here's some of the biscuits that I've made with the artist bracket.